Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I tried to record this video on my walk. I'm in downtown San Diego right now. I'm actually in the apartment that I'm staying at here, and for some reason the video cut out. It's kind of difficult to walk and talk, and for some reason now the apartment's empty because my wife and my daughter went out to the park to play. And for some reason, it's easier to record a video when I know there's no one around, which is kind of strange. I mean, when you think about it, because I'm recording this for, 15,000 people to watch or whatever, or however many people, watch each video. But anyway, so regardless, I want to talk about something that I think is really important. It's something I don't think I've really talked about before, but since I'm there right now, I think it's probably good to talk about this because I think it's something that a lot of people go through, and I think it's something that if you learn this concept I'm about to tell you, it can really benefit you in life and keep you from slipping down the slope, so to speak here. So first of all, I just got out of the gym, and I just did my workout, and it was a pretty crappy workout, to be honest with you. I did not feel like I was able to give my 100%. And yeah, I know, that might sound like an excuse, but I will tell you this, right? You cannot give your 100% all the time, every single day, day after day. Now, you can bring your A game most of the time, and you should, right? But there's going to be times when you're just not able to do that. You're not going to be able to really move the ball forward, so to speak. And in those times, and that's how I am feeling right now, right? Whether or not it's true or not, right? Sure, maybe it's an illusion in my head, but regardless, you're going to feel that way. And the thing is, it's been like this for probably last couple of weeks. If you've been watching my videos for the last week or so, I've just been feeling like as I've been recording these videos, just haven't been there. For whatever reason, I don't know, I haven't been happy with it. But I released them anyway. I said, screw it. I'm going to release them anyway because I might be wrong, first of all. And second of all, you got to keep going. And that's what I'm about to talk about here, actually. So bear with me a second. So anyway, not been the greatest week, just a bunch of refunds on products, just like a bunch of people letting me down in various ways, and just not feeling like things are really jiving, and yeah, so I'm not there 100%. But so this is where when this happens, this is what I call holding the line, right? So in this kind of situation, you've got to be able to hold the line. And I've talked about before, I don't know the exact video, I'll see if I can find it, but I've talked about videos, maybe, we'll see how good my editor is, if he can find one. If you can't, Rodrigo, it's fine. But if you can find a video talking about going off the rails or something like that, I've talked about it a few times. Anyway, so I've talked about this concept of going off the rails, right? It's when you screw up, and I've talked about this a few times, you screw up so bad that you do damage, you do so much damage that you basically, you can destroy your whole life in a day, right? You could do that. You could destroy your whole business in a day. You could destroy your career. You could destroy your health in a day. You could destroy your health over a couple of weeks for sure. But anyway, it's when you go off the rails, when you screw up and you screw up so bad. So I'm not talking about necessarily going off the rails here because I'm not really in danger of going off the rails, but you could go off the rails in this case. So what I'm saying is basically developing this skill of holding the line. And what I mean by holding the line is it's when you're not at the 100%, right? So let's just give a real example here. So I went and I did my workout today, and I did pretty much the best that I could with what I had for today. It wasn't my 100%, but I didn't even feel like going to the gym. I didn't even feel like lifting. But I went in and I did my legs, I did some various exercises. I worked out for maybe 40 minutes or so, whereas normally I might be in there for an hour and a half. But, I brought it, and my idea was to just hold the line. I'm not feeling it, but I'm not going to let it all come crashing down just because I'm not feeling it one day. I got my emails done today. I didn't feel like doing any of that stuff. I just got the stuff done that I need to maintain. And I'm sticking to my diet plan, right? I definitely don't feel like eating chicken tonight, but that's what I'm going to do. And, I'm not going to be, this is not a place right now, like this week, I'm not going to make advancements, right? I know this, right? I'm being honest with myself. I'm not going to be gaining muscle. I'm probably not going to be losing much fat. I'm probably not going to be growing my business very much this week. Not really going to be expanding the YouTube channel. Things are not probably going to go up. But what I'm not going to let them do is to go way down. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not going to let that happen. And that's the key. That's what holding the line is about. Is it's like, some people are really good at when they feel it hitting home runs, right? And doing good. I'm one of those people. I can just, knock them out of the park. But what really matters in the end, in the long run, is what you do on those down days when you're not doing so hot, when you're not at 100%. And some people crash and burn hard, right? This used to be me. I used to, do a lot of work and do all this good stuff. And then when I crash and burn, I would crash and burn so hard that I would, all the good I had done, I would knock it out in 1 day or 2 days or a week worth of time, and I would crash and burn, and I'd go further down than I'd climbed up, and then you got to do that uphill battle again. What I found over time, over pain, right, and usually some of the best lessons you learn in life are from pain, from banging your head against the wall too many times, but what I learned from that was that it wasn't pushing so hard when I was going good. It was preventing, what a Southern Baptist preacher would call the backslide, right? You don't want to backslide so much when you have an off week. So that's the thing here is, like I said, I'm still producing my videos. I'm still answering my email. I'm still doing what needs to get done. I'm going to the gym. I don't feel like running, but I'm going to run tomorrow. I'm going to get done what needs to get done, and I'm just going to maintain until I get back in the groove again, and I can make another push forward, right? It's like this, the strategy is think about it as you push forward, you gain a few yards, and then you hunker down tight, right? You hold the line. You don't go backwards. That's the key thing is you don't go backwards, right? And you might have to hunker down for a while there until you can get up the energy to be able to push again. And you're going to push, and get all the yards you can out of that push, and then you're going to hold the line. And that's the strategy you want to employ, right? If you do that, you're going to keep going forward, and you're going to get there. It might seem slow, right, at times, but I promise you're going to get there, and you're going to make advancements. And when you look back a year, 2 years in the past, you're going to see that you made it pretty dang far. But if you never do that, if you don't learn the discipline of holding the line, and it's not easy to hold the line, right? When you feel like shit, honestly, you don't feel like you don't even feel like holding the line. You just feel like flopping down in front of the TV and eating a bunch of Doritos or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But you just have to recognize that when you're in that place and realize that, you don't have to always push the ball forward. Sometimes you can just leave the ball where it's at, but you got to keep it from going backwards. And I'll give you one more point here about this, which is, hopefully you're not getting too dizzy from me spinning around. But anyway, the other point is don't make big decisions at this time, right? When you're in this state, right? So today, a lot of big decisions came across my brain. Like, maybe I should stop running completely. I don't really like running. Maybe I should just start lifting every day and stop running. Do I really need to run? Maybe I should fire this person, or maybe I should hire this person, or maybe I should just drop this thing. No, sorry. Don't make those decisions when you're in this kind of state, right? You don't want to make decisions when you're in what's kind of a bad state. When you're excelling and you're performing and you're flowing and your mind is going and you're in a peak state, as Tony Robbins might say, that's when you want to make decisions, because that's when you're bringing your energy. That's when you're bringing the best of you. You don't ever want to make decisions when you're bringing the worst of you, especially big decisions. So, hunker down, hold the line, don't make changes. Just do what, keep the ball from going backwards. That's the key. And then you'll see, you'll have a breakthrough. And the other last thing about this, right? It's not going to last forever. So this is the thing, right? It's so easy for me to right now to be at the gym and be telling myself, "Oh, John, you suck so bad, man. What the hell, man? You don't like lifting anymore. You can't bring the energy. Oh, man, what's going to happen, man? You can't even get this stuff done." Oh, right? I could feel like that, but instead I have to tell myself, "Hey, John, look. All right. today is not your day. Fine. You're not feeling it today. That's fine. YouTube videos you did last week, maybe they suck. Maybe the one you're doing right now sucks. Okay, fine. Big deal. It's not always going to be that way. Next week might be totally different. The week after that might be totally different. There were times when you felt more crappy and didn't feel like doing anything more so than this. And there were times when you felt way awesome and way motivated. And before any of you say, oh, well, you're bipolar, manic depressive, screw that. No limitations. Don't put limitations on yourself or me, right? What I'm saying is you're going to go through highs and lows. That's natural. Yeah, there may be some, I'm not saying, some people have medical problems with that. Sure, fine. I'll acknowledge that to some degree. Less than most people will acknowledge that. I'll be honest with you on that. Some people use that as a big excuse. But anyway, my point is, ups and downs, it's going to happen. And what you have to realize when you're in that mindset, when you're in that state, when you're not performing at the 100% and you don't feel like you can give it your all, is that you're going to hold the line until you get the clarity of thinking and until you're back, until you're on another high. And when you're there, that's when you can make decisions. That's when you're going to go. That's when you're going to move the ball forward. The best that you can do sometimes is just not to slip back. And if you can do that, you're never going to go back. And if you do go back, you can still hold it there, right? You might slide back a little bit. Fine. Don't throw up your hands and just run down the hill and roll down the hill and let it all go. Instead, now you put your feet in the ground there. At least you can hold the line there. Maybe you slip back a little bit, that's fine. You can at least hold the line there. You got to hold the line until you can move it forward. And again, if you can't do that, you're always going to find yourself falling backwards. Because it's way easier to roll down a hill than it is to climb up it. That's why you got to put the cleats on and you got to plant your feet in the ground. Anyway, this video is long, but it's important. So, I think this is an important concept. Hey, maybe it's the best thing that's come out of the last 2 weeks. If my feeling not 100% is going to help you because you're going to have less of a burden on yourself and you're going to realize how to deal with this situation, because it's going to come up a lot, I promise you. It always comes up. Then it's all worth it, right? So that's another thing to look at, is the bright side of it. Hey, there's a benefit here. There's a benefit here. I'm learning something. Maybe you're learning something from it. Anyway, if you like this video, if you like to hear me just rant on for like 12 minutes, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.